Just look how fun Mandala number 7 turned out. Come along and I'll show you how to quilt it. Hey guys, welcome back to Frances Quilts. Is there anything better than a summer Saturday morning where it's raining? Not a heavy rainstorm, just a really nice rain. That's what's happening this morning, so I'm using the day to be in my studio. So first thing we're going to do, let's go finish up this Mandala number 7. It's looking great. I can't wait to see it finished. All right, we're ready to get started on this next little section right in through here. We're going to start out simply with just doing a line from here, from one point down here to another point up here and then back down. So we're going to make a zigzaggy sort of shape, and then we're going to come back and go the opposite direction so that in each one of these we end up having an X in each one of those areas right there. So let's just start doing it. First line from one point the other, and then back again. So we're just making these triangles over and over. All right, now I have broken my thread and I'm ready to stitch opposite angles from this way and down like this. When I first started, I was stitching these diamonds one at a time, or triangles one at a time. I've now learned that I like doing them two at a time. If I turn my fabric just a little bit more, I can go down and back up and down and back up and still be able to see just fine. So that's what I'm doing now. Let's go. Okay, we're back where we started. Now for the final set on this one, I'm going to try something that is going to be tricky to do, and we'll see how it looks. If I don't like it, I'll take it out. But I'm going to come back here to the center. I'm going to travel on this line back up to here, and I'm going to do a line from here to here around like that. But I want to stop in the center, and I want to do a circle in the middle of each one of those, kind of like it looks like a bead sitting inside each one of those diamonds. That may be hard to do. We're going to just give it a try and see how it looks. I think I'm going to be better if I am coming this direction around. I think I'll be able to see it better and control it better. So let's just stitch over a little bit. See if we can make that little circle. I'm going to have to backtrack over a little bit and then come back to the next one. All right, that's not too bad. As long as I do it in little bursts like that, I'll be fine. That one ended up a little bit too big, but not, as you know me, I'm not going to worry about it. That little teeny control is always the hardest thing for me to do, so this is a good place for me to be practicing it. You may notice when I'm doing this, I'm not doing big motions with my hands. I'm using just my fingertips to guide the fabric. That's about the only way you can get the little tiny circles and tiny designs. I'm in awe of people who do those well. Last one. Well, that certainly took a little while to do, but I sure think it looks nice and is going to add a nice bit of change to this piece. We have several motifs that are the same, and I like having something that's a little bit different in this one. Let's finish this last row out here. We're going to be doing something very similar to what we've been doing before. We're going to come from an outside point right here. We're going to come up in here to the middle of this same block. We're going to make our little loop right here, and we're going to come back down. Do the same thing, come over, loop, and down. So again, very similar to these other motifs that we've been doing. Then we're going to add one more thing on the outside ring, and I haven't decided exactly what that's going to be yet, so we'll all be surprised at the same time. So let's break thread and get ready to quilt. I'm ready to go. I'm going to quilt from here to here, do a little loop and back. Again, I have chosen to move my fabric this direction so that I'll be able to see where I'm going a little bit better. Let's do it. And I just realized that it's much easier when I'm doing this if I just come straight into this curve rather than stopping and going around this way. If I just make a loop that direction and back around, it's a whole lot easier. Okay, I have just finished that section, and you know what? I think I've talked myself out of doing anything else. What I was going to do was to come along here and do a circle up into here, and then follow along here, and a little loop in here. And while I think that might look nice, I really kind of like the idea of this being open and not having this closed line right there closing off the design. Well, that quilted up very quickly and I love how it looks. I really do like the fact that I have left this area open and not finished in that circle. I think it just gives it a little lacier look and a little bit more fun. Come back next week on Free Motion Friday and we're going to be starting the quilting on this scrap quilt. I love all of those white areas and I'm excitedly trying to figure out designs and patterns that I can use for those, and I hope you'll come back and check that quilting out. I will remind you that if you are interested in trying using a ruler with your free motion quilting, you might check out my class, Keeping It Straight, 8 Ways to Use a Straight Edge Ruler. It's a great way to learn, a great place to start. So thank you for joining me on this rainy Saturday morning, and as always, I look forward to seeing you next time on Frances Quilts. Remember, if you like what you've seen, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Please check out my website and daily blog at francesquilts.com, and I can be found on Facebook and Instagram at Frances Quilts. Thanks so much for joining me. Hope to see you again soon.